Meanwhile, we've learned Governor Greg Abbott is sending the Texas National Guard to South Texas to give more Texans access to coronavirus testing. Erica Zuko is following that story for us. She joins us now with more on their mission. Erica, good morning.
Good morning, Sarah. For now, they're sending out 1,200 people to areas where more testing is needed. The first two places they're going are going to be Fredericksburg and Floresville, and they're going to decide from there wherever else they should deploy those resources. Now, some local leaders, as well as some medical advisors, have called for more testing before rolling back more restrictions on businesses and social distancing. Now, as for this operation, they're going to have 25 teams total, each one made up of 11 medical professionals or support staff members, and then 34 soldiers. Now, the Texas Guard has also been involved in a number of operations regarding to the response of coronavirus. That includes manufacturing PPE, conducting other tests across the state, and assisting food banks in all of the work that they're doing. The Texas Department of State Health Services will be the ones to decide where these teams go, and the Texas Department of Emergency Management will also be coordinating. Now, just a reminder, you don't need a doctor's referral anymore here in San Antonio to get a test. You just need to have symptoms, Sarah.